Now this 1959 no mint mark dime, of course it's 90% silver, but the reason that it's valuable is that it has a high grade of a mint state 68. The coin grading scale only goes up to 70, this is at a 68, so a very well conditioned coin. Now this coin here, because of that, sold for over $1,500, $1,500. Now keep in mind, it does have a full torch as well, so if you're not familiar with that, here's an example of the full torch on the reverse of the Roosevelt dime. Now here is a 1959D Denver minted Roosevelt dime. Again, this one is graded at a high grade with the full bands, so that's what gives it a lot of value. It's got some really nice genuine toning to the coin here, and this coin here sold for over $1,700, $1,700 dime. Now also for the D mint mark, you also want to look for a repunched mint mark. So here's a couple examples of a D mint mark being repunched on the Roosevelt dime. So always be on the lookout for those. You can get a USB coin microscope on couchcollectibles.com to see your coins up close like this and see if you have a repunched mint mark. Now here's an example of the coin that has a repunched mint mark from 1959, and it's the D over the inverted D. So very, very cool. It does have a high grade, so if it was in worse condition, it wouldn't sell for as much money. However, this coin here sold for over $260. Now in 1959, for the proof dime, now there's a huge difference between proof coins and business strike coins. Business strike coins are the coins that you typically will find in your pocket change every day. Now a proof coin is much different. So if you're not familiar with that, be sure to go watch my proof coin videos where I better explain that and go more into detail. Now this coin here, because of the high grade of a proof 68, sold for over $900. Alright, so first off, we're going to start with the 1970 no mint mark. That means it was produced in Philadelphia. If you guys want to learn more about mint marks, feel free to go check out my mint mark video. You guys can just type in coin mint marks couch collectibles on YouTube and those videos should pop up. But here we are looking at a double die reverse. That means there's doubling taking place on the back of the 1970 Philadelphia minted dime, and you can see that there in the lettering, United States and America there. You can see that doubling taking place. Now here's another example of that doubling taking place as well. So always be on the lookout for the 1970 double die reverse dime. Now the 1970D, the Denver minted, you will see the D mint mark there on the front of the coin. There's also doubling on the reverse of that coin. You can see here in the images displayed all the lettering, there's doubling, and there's a few different doubling that's been discovered here, as you can see in the images displayed. So get you a cheap little coin USB microscope and you guys will be able to see these coins up close like this. Now here's an example of a 1970D double die reverse. You see the DDR there on the coin slab. That means it is certified. It is a double die reverse. And if you guys are new to collecting, this is a mint state 66 grade, so pretty high grade as the grading scale only goes up to 70. Now this coin here sold for a little over $100. I know it's not $100,000, but if you think about it, you're turning 10 cents into $100. So I always think that is an awesome profit. Now here's another example of the same coin, same grade, mint state 66, double die reverse on the 1970 Denver minted dime, and this one sold for over $135. Now here's a very interesting coin here. This is all aluminum, so the coin would be really light if you come across something like this. Obviously the whole design doesn't fit on the coin. So what happened here was, in the process of minting this coin was actually struck on what was supposed to be a Philippines 1 cent planchet, so a 1 cent coin, and those coins were aluminum. So that makes this dime here valuable, and that's why this coin sold for over $1,000. Here's a really interesting coin here. This is a no dated dime. I figured I would throw this in the video. It's only struck on the clad layer only. So I know a lot of you guys are like, what do you mean clad layer only? Well, if you guys look on the edge of your dimes, you will see that inner copper layer, the copper core of the coin. However, this one is only struck on the clad. It only weighs 5 grams. Obviously, if you come across something like this, I don't know, maybe some people would think it's damaged. I would definitely know that it's got to be some type of error. So definitely always be looking out for strange looking coins like this, because this coin here sold for a little over $200. Now keep in mind, it does cost money to grade coins, so if you guys want to find an alternate route to sell your coins instead of grading them, all that information is 2 videos back. I literally went over everything you need to do if you think you got an error coin or a valuable coin. Everything is in that video, so be sure to go check it out. Here's just an error coin here that's been double struck. It's a 1970 Denver minted dime, and the second strike there you can see is 90% off center. Not the highest grade in the world, but it's a pretty cool error coin. And you probably might not find something like this in a coin roll because it might not fit in a coin roll, but still very cool error. You never know, you could find it. Can't find it if you don't look. Alright, now this coin here sold for over $75. Alright, so first up here is a close-up image of the 1968 Roosevelt dime. Now, what you want to look for underneath a coin microscope, which I have these coin microscopes available on couchcollectibles.com. Link is in the comments if you guys want to see your coins up close like this. So you can see there on the lettering RTY there is doubling, as well as on the date 1968. So that is a double die obverse. So you always want to be on the lookout for those on the 1968 dimes. Here's an example of a 1968 dime that has that double die obverse. There's doubling taking place on the front of this dime. And this dime sold for a little over $75. So nothing huge, but still something to always look out for. Now here's a stock image of a 1968 regular dime. Now this is made in Philadelphia. You will see that there's no mint mark. There's actually not supposed to be a mint mark on these coins. This is a business strike dime. Now this next image here is a 1968 proof dime. This coin is actually supposed to have an S mint mark. So you can tell the difference between a regular business strike coin, this one here, which you would typically find in your pocket change, and you can see the difference between this dime, which is a proof dime, made to be in proof sets. Now what you want to look for on only the proof dime, not the business strike dime, the proof dime, this one right here. You see it's got the mirror-like finish, it's got very fine details. If you don't know the difference between a proof coin and a business strike coin, watch my proof coin video. This coin is supposed to have the S mint mark, and it does not, so that is what will give the coin value. Now this coin, because it's missing the S mint mark, sold for over $48,000. $48,000. Alright, next up, just real quick, this is a very high graded coin, graded at a mint state 67. It's got full bands. I've talked about that in other dime videos on my channel. This dime here sold for over $1,100 because of that high grade and full bands. Moving right along, this is something that you could definitely be looking for in your pocket change. This is a 1968 Denver minted Roosevelt dime, and it's missing the clad layer. So it's missing the top clad layer, and that's why you just see the inner copper layer of the coin here. Now if we look there on the reverse, you can see that clad layer. So you got clad layer on the back, but missing on the front. This dime here sold for over $85. Here's an error coin. It's a 1968D that's been struck on a one fragment. Most likely not going to find something like this in pocket change, but if you do, you are very lucky. But this coin here sold for over $140. Next up, another very important error to look for. Now, a lot of people have a misconception on this coin as well. Alright, so in 1968, those dimes are not supposed to be silver. However, this coin here was actually struck on a silver planchet. That means that it's 90% silver. It was struck on one of the old planchets used from 1964 or prior. So if you guys want to know if you guys have a 1968 that's been struck on a silver planchet, all you have to do is weigh it. So if you guys get a coin scale from couchcollectibles.com, I have them available right now on the website. Make sure you guys go over there and get you one. If you put the dime on the coin scale and weigh it, you will pretty much have a good idea if it's silver or not. Or you could just look at the edges. If you're not sure how to tell if it's a silver coin, watch my silver coins video. I explain all that. Also, so when you weigh it, a silver dime is going to weigh typically around 2.5 grams. A non-silver dime is going to weigh around 2.268. That's what it's supposed to weigh. So non-silver 2.2 and silver 2.5. So silver is always going to weigh more, of course. So that is how you're going to be able to tell if your dime is silver. Now this dime here sold for over $5,700. Alright guys, you know what to do. Subscribe in the middle, check out the videos to the left of me, and until tomorrow, I will see you all in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.